stakes and tape and stuff up everywhere. We had the asphalt soft until this morning. So there's a bit of getting this place in order that needs to happen. And if you guys could let me know, like, what things do you want to see? Like, we can go. I'm hoping that my internet connection holds up as I walk around.
So far, so good.
Okay,
yeah.
That's good. So just as you can see right now, this is, the entry coming into the property. All the asphalt that was poured yesterday. Trash enclosure pads. The posts are going in later this afternoon for the trash enclosures. These are, of course, all the new curb islands.
Yeah.
And everything. And, I've been thinking, Matt, too, with this. Yeah?
Matt, so the concrete pad's been poured for the trash enclosure and where the bike parking was designated?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And was any column work or footing work for what was going to be the bike enclosure, the carport cover?
So that just gets cored in when they come to install it. They core it out and pour whatever footing they need for those.
Okay, and then has conduit been trenched for power for the lighting?
So conduit is trenched for the carports. Obviously for the bike parking, that came later in the game, and so we're gonna trench. We're just basically what we're gonna do with the bike parking is it'll run out from the center area where the overhead light is. So we're gonna have to retrench it. We'll bring it right here to the intersection between the asphalt and the slab, and it's gonna stub up here and we'll have to run a conduit across right here on this seam.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to check as to what's been done. There may be a change with the bike parking location, so I just wanted to double check on what's been done to date for it.
Yeah, right now the slab and so all the concrete and asphalt are in, and of course we have the underground electrical run for the carports, and that's set underground. It's underneath the asphalt right now, but when they core down, basically they'll core right into the conduit that's placed 18 inches under the asphalt there. But for the bike parking, that conduit is not set yet.
Okay, good. That's good.
So, yeah. And do you guys want to see like interior stuff as well, or?
Yes, please.
Okay. And like I said, I honestly, just so you guys know, when I got asked about this virtual tour, I was like, well, Friday would work. And I've had such a busy week here that I had Friday in my head, and I'm glad my phone dinged. So I didn't have like specific units set up for you guys yet. But this is unit 106. We're just now finishing the floors and baseboard in here. We're starting to move things back in right now. This one still is getting a full paint, but floors and baseboard in this unit. A little country music courtesy of my Finnish carpenters. So this is the one that we're currently working in, or one of the ones that we're currently working in. I can take guys upstairs if you want. I was going to show you, like as far as the electrical stuff that's been completed. And hey, also, Jessica, while we're looking at this, I'm sure you saw that email I sent yesterday regarding, and basically 102 is slated for full paint, and it was painted within the last year. 103, on the other hand, is not slated for paint, and that's the unit I'm walking into right now. And this unit, Matt, really.
And I sent
What's
you.
that?
You probably haven't had a chance to see it yet, but I did respond to that email and said yes, if you on the ground and swap out the unit scope is fine.
Exactly. Okay. So I'm in 103, the one that I really think needs a full paint, and it's hard to see it off from this, of course. for one, of course, you know, one thing we are running into every time we pull out that big living room light, you know, this is what we're looking at.
Right.
It's worse in some units than others, but it's like a dark ring that's, you know, that's a 16-inch light that came out. And ceilings are tough because when you try to paint just a little bit of the ceiling, you get a lot of flashing going on. But these bedrooms are what I really was concerned about. It's just the overall condition. It's like all this stuff. Some of that would maybe wipe off, but so this is the one that I was recommending gets painted. And we're gonna run into the same thing in that I think that 505 ADA, I actually look on my scope and see. But anyway, so I just wanted to show you this. And now for comparison, and there's, you know, pretty significant nail pops in the ceiling as well. But so by comparison, when I come downstairs into the 102, and like I said, this one was scheduled for full paint, but I talked to they should be okay with me coming in, but I just wanted to give you just a general idea of the condition. So, hey, Latricia, I've got the architects on a Zoom thing. I just wanted to show them this because, so this is, you can see, this is the one that was slated for full paint. And other than we are going to have an issue once we're getting on the electrical work tomorrow. But this is the one that I just don't feel needed to be painted.
Yes, it looks
So
nice, even in our non-super.
yeah, it's hard to, I know it's hard to tell paint, you know, from, it doesn't, you know, the things that are right and wrong don't show up as well. But I think what happened is this unit probably, I believe this was one of the ones slated for smoke, and it probably
Got it.
One of the other things I wanted to point out, like in these units where we're leaving the existing flooring, which is actually narrowed down to just a few. The problem with this existing LVT is that it had a 4-inch rubber base on it, and the new baseboard that's being put up is 3¼ inch. And when you pull the rubber base, I took a bunch of pictures of this morning where this is actually in the process with the drywall repair, but you can see along these edges. So what happens is every unit where it was existing paint, it turns in, or excuse me, existing flooring slated to remain. It was that 4-inch rubber base, which just wrecks the walls when it comes off. And I don't know if that's something that we really had accounted for. I know for my drywall guys, it's a change order for the drywall crew. But I was going to kind of talk with Roger about that and, you know, see how best to handle this. But basically, you can see like this is a whole extra load of, and I think these are the things that, you know, on the drywall bid, it was everything that was on the scope matrix. But this is one of the things that
You might want to pan down a little, Matt.
Yeah, okay. So you guys are seeing more of the floor and the work.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking. Maybe actually bring. And it's just, this is just the story throughout. Everywhere there's the existing floor. Sorry, I hope I'm not panning too fast either.
No,
but I just wanted to at least, you know, since I have you guys on a video call here, so that you guys get a look at that. So.
Okay. Thank you.
And, you know, and I don't know, maybe that's the kind of thing that just washes out. It's really, well, but basically every place where we've had the existing LVT remaining, we run into that. So, let me walk you guys back to the community room. We just this morning are wrapping up the floating floor in the community room. Right now I'm still waiting on my hardware to arrive. I did get notification that it looks like we'll have it next week, but that stuff was supposed to be out here by the first week of August or so. And, you know, and I don't know, maybe that's the kind of thing that just washes out. It's really, well, but basically every place where we've had the existing LVT remaining, we run into that. So, let me walk you guys back to the community room. We just this morning are wrapping up the floating floor in the community room. Right now I've got, I'm still waiting on my hardware to arrive. I did get notification that it looks like we'll have it next week, but that stuff was supposed to be out here by the first week of August or so. And I guess that's the one thing that gets chalked up as a kind of a COVID delay, because that's the thing where the supply chains have really been impacting this. But so I still have all my doors in here because we're waiting until we have hardware before we go start replacing all of the entry doors and patio doors and such that are slated to replace. Here's the pad for the shed. This will get poured. We're still doing our finish trap. I guess as I'm walking over, this is the playground area. So the bench pad is going to get prepped tomorrow. Then we'll be pouring that Monday. But the bench pad will go over in that corner shed here. And this is the kind of the apron slab leading to the shed. Obviously the landscaping looks kind of torn up and whatnot at this moment. So here's the community room with, the exercise room right now is kind of door storage, just, for the immediate time being. I know Michelle wants this all cleaned out by next Friday and ready to go. So, but we just finished laying this floor this morning. So,
Nice. Nice.
So those are the
Nice. That looks good.
Yeah, the bathrooms, we still, now that we've got the floor down, we'll finish getting the doors back on, and and I'll put these doors up and everything now that we're complete in here. So still work in progress, but and I have the cabinets for in there, but like I said, we're putting those on top of the floor. Here's our kitchen and our tile. Nice, clean. The tile guy did really well. Like I say, excuse
good.
Being as we just barely finished the floor this morning, everything is set in places. There's still some touch-up paint. This is where the pony wall is removed. I need to finish off that touch-up there. But so there's still a few things that need to be done here and all the baseboard. So it's basically down to baseboard and doors and then the final remaining touch-ups. But so we are coming along in here. And then I guess, is there anything else specifically that you guys want to get a look at?
I'd like to see the roofing. Some people should be working on roofing. And then I came in about 2 minutes late. What's the status of the carports? When are those going to get started?
I have to look on the schedule and see exactly, because there's been, all of this submittal process as far as when they will be arriving. At this point, we're ready for them by late next week. I need to check with my office though and see exactly, just because there's been some delays in the in the submittal process. So at that point, we're ready for them here on site, and it's just a matter of as soon as we can get everything delivered. So, and that I need to, I guess, check with Roger on that. This is, as far as roofing, this is the building that we're working on currently. This is 304. Our status, we have 302 complete. The community building is complete, and we're in progress on 304. So it's kind of, let me get to where I can get a better, more kind of a wide angle on that. Excuse me while I walk over here. So here's the roofing in progress on building 304. And if I need to pan up or down at all, just do let me know. And
what
now
siding work is
What's
siding
that?
work is scheduled?
We don't really have any siding work in our contract.
No, there's no siding happening.
Yeah.
I think there'll
That
be
was
the
an
rails
option.
will be replaced.
That was an option. Wait, what was that, Jessica?
Yeah, that's right. The siding was like an add-out that basically got VE'd out to replace it at this time. And exterior to the buildings, it's mainly the new asphalt shingles on all buildings. And then the railings are being replaced to meet to be taller and to be a more durable material.
Yeah, and then the lighting, the like house lighting on the buildings has been upgraded as well. But yeah, we haven't got to the railings yet. That's on deck over the next early October, basically. That's one of the, right there, this is the entrance on 302. So that's one of the new house lights. And then, like I said, we're back at the stairs. So all the entry door lights have been replaced. The entry doors are all getting fresh paint on the exterior. But so these here are the new house lights, and then all the new entry lights at doors. So, but we're not doing anything with the actual siding other than the area on the community building where it was replaced, where we filled in, where we took away the exterior door. But this is all building 302 showing the re-roof job.
Nice.
So, and like I say, that stuff that is, it's the visual that you get from a phone camera, it's different, of course, than being up on the roof observing it. But
so was that the sidewalk off building 302? Did we see that?
oh yeah. So so this is all the new walkway. And like I said, just so you know, so tomorrow when we come in to finish the excavation, we'll be scrubbing everything down because we're doing the seal coat. It is going to be Monday, Tuesday. But so my excavators are coming in with the water truck, and we'll hose everything down and then basically get everything prepped and cleaned for seal coat. But so that's the new walkway. I don't know what's up with this.
Nice.
There's a little asphalt here that probably, that's just stuff that brushes off. So there's a little cleanup work. Like I say, the asphalt was completed yesterday.
Nice.
And, there's so basically from the elevations we were working off, which was top of asphalt out here, it obviously drops down as you're moving into the basketball court. So we just kind of, floated everything up. We maintained all the angles, pushing less than 2 degree cross slope, but cross sloping it towards the grass. Then everything runs out this way and across and down. Jessica, one thing I've been thinking of, and like I say, my concrete guys need to finish getting all their forms out and everything. So with these curb islands, because, we were caught between, we couldn't bury the parking stalls because or else they'd be, turning into puddles constantly.
Right.
So that does elevate the curb inevitably. And I'm almost wondering if it's better just to mulch these curb islands and kind of just plan on bringing it up and floating it up. But it's going to need some landscaping touch up, but we want to kind of bring something up to the level of the top of the curb. So I think it would be worthwhile to, pour mulch in there is probably, I think that's really the best bet because, obviously we couldn't, and maybe that's the way the plan was drawn. So the top of the curb was at the top of the grass, but that wouldn't work because then you'd be burying the stalls. And, like I said, then you get a puddle there.
Well, is there some room though where for topsoil and then just make sure that we have enough height and slope it back?
That might be better. That might aid in the survival of these trees to kind of create a little more buffer as well. It'd be like getting, kind of reburying that root ball a little bit. But even these side islands that don't, I don't know if a tree is going to be planted in here. Obviously we've got repairs on the landscaping. We've just been right now just patching everything to keep the system intact. But now that once we complete the rest of the site work, we will repair all the remaining, this stuff here, the landscaping. So we obviously have loose sprinklers and all that need to be repositioned and all that. So the landscaping work is going to take a full overhaul. But
So
we're
Matt,
also working.
that's all.
Yeah.
That's smoke, right? That's not a cloudy day.
No, it is just horribly socked in, smoky, and like, yeah, it's been like this all week. And hopefully, I think there's a little weather disturbance that could come through, like in the next couple of days, and hopefully push it out. But
Yeah, I hope.
so here's the section, this northwest. And sorry, like I say, this was all just leftover stuff from yesterday afternoon. So I've got some stuff I've got to clear out of the way here, and which my excavator should have cleared out the excess, but I'll get this all touched up now that our asphalt's complete. Everything needs a little sidewalk sweep after the amount of work that's been done. So this here is the 405 ADA unit. It's in the demo stage on the floors right now. So right now we're just demoing new underlayment, but this is the new, sorry, we have stuff right now on the underlayment, but this is the newly framed ADA wall. Again, everything is in work in progress right now, as you can see. But so this is unit 405, the new ADA kitchen with work underway. And I'm sorry, you guys are getting a little.
Nice.
Yeah. I can show you the new bathroom, but like I said, this room is currently, or this whole unit is very much under construction, but at least just want to let you guys see that. So, and is there anything else that you guys really want to get a look at right now?
Just how many units are completed at this point, and how many under construction?
Well, so 100% complete is an arbitrary term, I guess, because we've been waiting on bath fans, which we now have, and the bath fans are going in. We just received the first kitchen lights. Tuesday afternoon is when those came in, so we started installing kitchen lights. So right now, we're wrapping up those final odds and ends. I'm still waiting for my corner guards to come up here, but I have one unit that tenants moved into. So I have, let's see, one, two, and this is, like I say, I was thinking the whole time that this meeting was tomorrow, not today, so I didn't take time to really have a little tally sheet to give you guys, which I would have done had the meeting actually been tomorrow. So I have approximately 10 units that are like 95% complete. They're still right now in the process of getting the kitchen lights, the bath fans, and corner guards and door hardware for all the first floor units. So, but being as we had been waiting for kitchen lights and bath fans, and then it'll be next week by the time I have actual door hardware. So without those few final touches, nothing is 100% complete. But there are 10 to 12 units that are very much on deck, just awaiting those final trim out items.
Hey Matt, this is Grant from Infinity. Hey, so it looks like the three closest or the next closest is like unit 202. Was supposed to be really close.
Yeah, and I actually have the people from 405, the ADA unit, are staying in there for the next couple of days while we're doing their floor.
Okay.
But yeah, 601 and 404 are very close. I have tenants from unit 106 staying in unit 104 right now, but that one's virtually ready. Like I say, it's just awaiting the kitchen light really in 104, kitchen light and corner guards in 104. But yeah, so, and then 702 is close. 403 is close. But yeah, but the ones that are closest on deck are 601, 403, and 202.
Okay, and how's been the communication with everybody on site to make sure that we're lining up applicants, because we're trying to line up and screen applicants and make promises to fill the units as soon as we can actually fill them. How's that going?
Pretty good. It's just there've been some we were waiting on things that, with shipping, like for the kitchen lights and door hardware and all that. So it's hard to pinpoint, it's hard to forecast an exact date
Sure.
when we don't have, when I get, for example, I get told that door hardware is 2 weeks out and 5 weeks later, we're still waiting for it. So those have been a few things that have been a little difficult as far as pinpointing precise dates. But I think we're at the point now where we need to start looking more in that direction. And I'm sorry too, I probably am just showing you guys my mouth. I should hold the phone further away. But so really over the next 2 to 3 weeks, I think is the time to fine tune, our program with what we're doing there. And, because as we have units coming up, and getting move-in ready, now's the time to start. You guys let me know what you need from me, and I can communicate that with Heather and, any of you guys, whoever's needed.
Okay, so if it's okay, we're going to start working up, or we've already started working some people up, but kind of line them up and make promises. Nothing definite of exact dates, but shoot for about 2 to 3 weeks is kind of is what you think that is a reasonable time to tell people?
Exactly. Yeah. Today is what, the 16th or 17th. So yeah, by, after a week into October, we'll definitely have all these. And so there's a couple things we want to think about. I think we're planning on keeping 2 vacant units for, using for temporary units for the tenants.
Okay.
So we'll have at least 4 or 5 other vacant units coming up.
Okay.
So, but by a week into October, that's the time when these will be coming ready. So.
Okay. Do you have a pick of which 2 units that we should set aside, as kind of those that we're floating, or?
Well, right now I have tenants, as I said, in 202 and 104.
Okay.
Those ones seem to work, but at the same time, I don't know if you want to go ahead and just finish those units out and put full-time tenants in there.
Okay.
And, but I think as long as I have 2 2-bedroom units, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Yeah. Just work with Heather, on site and whatever works.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure that we're working people up and lining them up and saying.
Yeah. And so, hey, one curiosity question. I know some of the tenants have expressed interest in moving out of their unit into a recently completed unit. I don't know how that works on your end with paperwork. I don't know if that affects things as far as the new lease. But any of that can be done. The tenants in 703, for example, have expressed an interest in getting into a ground floor unit because I guess the wife or the girlfriend, she's having some issues with her knees. Okay. And so the walking upstairs has been an issue. And I told her, I was like, make sure you guys let Heather know that.
That's exactly.
I think they had talked to Patty about that originally, but any of that can be done, I would absolutely encourage that.
Yeah, have them come by, communicate with Heather. They'll have to put it in writing of a reasonable accommodation of some kind of document. Okay. Yeah, just contact us.
Okay. We'll and then I believe Chad, who's the assistant manager, he's in unit 605 currently. I believe he is slated to move into 601, is my understanding. And I think that's just awaiting paperwork, is what Chad was telling me yesterday. So, and I guess with Heather, she's in the phase in her training where she's coming up to speed on all that. Yep. But anything that can be done to expedite that, is certainly advantageous on my end.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, anybody that has any questions, just direct them to the office, and then Heather will contact Hannah or myself, and we'll work through that process. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Cool. Good job.
Any other questions?
I think that's good. Do you have anything else, Matt?
I'm good on my end, so.
I'm good too. Other Matt's good too.
I'm good too.
Do are you guys storing any materials offsite, or you just have it? I see there's some trailers there. You got some lockboxes.
Well, the trailers we're primarily using for tenants.
Okay.
And then I also have there are some furnishings from the community room that are in one of the trailers. I am storing some flooring material here, so I did get my appliances delivered on Tuesday afternoon, and just because of all the well, for one, my space here is limited, and with the site work and the upcoming seal coating and all that, I stored those at my excavator's warehouse, which is about 2 blocks away. And I don't know if you guys need waiver, or if you guys need to know that was kind of a decision made on the fly. So we had talked with them about that earlier on, but we weren't sure if we were going to need to actually utilize their offer.
Right.
But I did end up throwing our appliances there.
Okay. Yeah.
It just seemed like it's the best, safest place.
If you're going to bill for them, then we would need to have photos and insurance on it. Yeah.
Okay. Let me, and I let Roger know that that's where we unloaded them.
Yeah.
So let me follow with Roger, and if we need to get copies of their insurance, we'll certainly do that.
All right.
But I do have photos of it, of course.
Okay. All right. That's it for me.
All right, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Wonderful.
Matt.
Thank you. You betcha. Take care.
Nice to meet you all.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.